Let me ask you something. What makes a villain? It's not a hard question. Villains are individuals who commit atrocious or heinous actions, actions that are unpermitted by the law of the land or a moral obligation. But are villains born into existence? Are they predestined to commit such atrocities? Has fate written their life's path into the stone slab of time? You would probably disagree with some idealism that you are the master of your fate. No outside forces control you. In the beginning, when you are brought into this world, your life is laid out in front of you on a path so wide that its outlines are impossible to see. And as you move or stumble or conquest your way through life, that path begins to narrow. It condenses itself so much that the wide path you now have at your back is a tightrope at your front. For some, it's but one choice that does this. For others, it's a series of choices throughout decades. For Aaron Kenner, it was one moment, one decision made by our government that would spawn two betrayals.
God damn it! I was there. I was right there. I could have saved those people. I could have saved the whole fucking situation. Here's what I don't get. How do you recruit the best of the best and not allow them to do their fucking job? Son of a bitch. Thing is, we pull out now. We can't ever go back. The whole area just becomes one big dart zone. Totally lawless. Jesus, we're letting them win. Stop it. Stop being a pussy. Get a fucking grip. Think, goddammit. Idiots. Motherfucking idiots. How dare they? How dare they?
Kenner saw that the JTF Sarah pullout ordered by the division would mean the lives spent attempting to maintain the zone would have been wasted. Completely and utterly wasted of some of the most talented and necessary first wave agents. In Kenner's eyes, the pullout from the zone would showcase that his actions and values were not regarded, were unneeded. This loss of his allies, comrades, would leave a scar that you still face today. Kenner would construct a new cell from the ashes of this aptly named betrayal after he forcibly removed two of the three non-cooperative agents working within his original cell. It's hard to say how many first-wave agents would join Kenner's crusade against the current division. We know you've already taken down at least 3, but the ones that remain loyal to the LMB or Kenner is still unknown.
Okay, progress report. I've spoken to several other agents about the division's betrayal. This wasn't easy given our cell structure. I only knew the agents in my cell. One was supportive, 2 were not. Every war has casualties, as I've been reminded. But the one led to others. I'm encouraged. Obviously not everyone will be persuadable, but a 1 in 3 success rate is more than expected. I also received an unexpected connection to Colonel Charles Bliss of the Last Man Battalion. I'm told his might be a friendly ear. I look forward to bending it.
Kenner's unity with the LMB should be seen more as an alliance of convenience than a unification of goals. The LMB sought to restore order to New York and the zone while removing the JTF, Sarah, or Second Wave as they felt the government had failed their city. But Kenner saw Charles Bliss, leader of the LMB, as a means to an end, a pawn to be bent towards his will, whatever it may be. Kenner's alliance with the LMB could explain their immediate conflict with Second Wave agents, or it could be the Second Wave's support of the JTF remnants based out of Camp Hudson, or it could simply be the delusions of Charles Bliss, viewing the JTF and the Second Wave as symptoms of the grander problem, the U.S. government. Either way, with Bliss now presumably dead, Second Wave agents like you will undoubtedly face the ensuing power vacuum, and the LMB is far from completely eliminated. Kenner used his newfound ally to eliminate the Division High Command outside of Brooklyn in what he thought was a crippling blow.
Progress report. It looks like the Last Man Battalion's the best bet, at least in the short term. I've set up a line of communication with Lieutenant Colonel Charles Bliss, and it's proving mutually beneficial. There's a certain overlap of viewpoints there, and some shared ambition. He's a man who has a vision for this godforsaken rock, one that I can work with. We've already collaborated on one operation in Brooklyn, but taking down a helicopter is just a first step. Let's see how far this can go.
Kenner's action in Brooklyn achieved an immediate goal. The division commander was killed, and with that, Kenner believed that the second wave would crumble without leadership. But division agents have been trained to operate in cells, usually isolated for weeks without changing orders, or the ability to modify their own directives in the field. So the killing of the High Command is presumably an act of retribution, at least to Kenner's delusions. The idea that he avenged those that wasted their lives attempting to hold onto the Dark Zone. Kenner's actions against the division could be written off as some type of advanced PTSD or an inability to follow orders he disagreed with, both morally and objectively. But does this make him a villain? Sure, he murdered his fellow agents, an untold number of innocents, but that line of reasoning can easily be flipped to you. How many have you killed? Looters, Rikers, cleaners, and the LMB. Some of you have even fired upon their own fellow agents in the Dark Zone, presumably for good reason. But does this make you evil? Does this make you a villain? Perhaps, and perhaps not, but the concept of good and evil are playground terms, thrown around by naive children wishing to explain away the inconceivable in bite-sized morsels of broken truths and generalizations. For now, the only difference between you and Kenner is that one holds the keys to humanity's oblivion, and the other is simply waiting for the right time to act. More on Aaron Kenner, the origins of the green poison, and the missing first wave in the next report.